presenting the number 5 ranked welterweight contender in the world, and Funky
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the American YouTube sensation, internet personality, actor, and musician, introducing the problem child, Jake Paul!
Bang, Jack, we are here. It is fight day. April 17th. It's a Saturday and it's a beautiful day for, you know what, Jack? It's a beautiful day for violence, my friend.
I choose violence.
This A is for Alabama, but for today it's for Askren.
That's right. Ben Askren takes on Jake Paul on Fight TV. It's Triller. We have the problem child, Jake Paul, bringing a 2-0 record into the boxing
0-0 record.
Should be 0-0. I mean, the guys he beat are basically nobodies, but he's taking on Ben Funky Askren, 19-2, former Olympic wrestler, a guy who has won titles and one championship, won a title at Bellator. This is a guy who is at the Olympics. This is a professional fighter, a professional athlete. Jake Paul beat up Nate Robinson, who's a professional athlete, but did, like, once Jake hit him once.
It's different, though.
See it. You can see it. He's not a fighter. He's
Nate
not a
Robinson,
fighter.
He was a professional
He's not
athlete
a
in a
fighter.
no-contact sport. I mean, every time there's contact in basketball, there's a whistle.
This is a foul.
Yeah, there ain't no
It is,
whistles in
boy.
MMA. There ain't no fucking whistles.
Hell no, and there ain't no whistles in boxing either, and he got dropped. But we have Ben Askren taking on Jake Paul, the problem child, the YouTube sensation. He calls himself a YouTube personality, which I'm fine with. Musician, I question that quite a bit. He can fuck right off with that. But Jack,
He sucks.
we have our staff picks coming in. Jake Shields, former 5-time world champion and UFC fighter, is on our staff. He's got Ben Askren by decision in this one. Me personally, I feel good about my pick. You know why I feel good about my pick, Jack? Because Ben Askren thinks the same fucking thing, and he's in the fight. I have Askren, and I had this a couple days ago when we had to put our picks in for the graphic. Ben Askren by 7th round TKO. I think he lets Paul get in the ring, get a little comfortable, start almost getting confident. I think he's going to kind of play some defense. Paul's going to open himself up. And I think in about round 3 or 4, Ben Askren's going to start coming forward. And I think by round 7, Paul's gas tank will be completely on empty, maybe below the empty sign. And I think Askren just starts landing some big shots, and the kid can't even get his hands up to defend himself, and the ref waves it off. Jack, you have a different outcome coming on Saturday night here, though.
Yeah, and to be honest, I love Ben Askren's attitude. I think he's overestimating Jake Paul, though. I mean, I've seen a lot of Jake Paul. I've seen his fights before. They're very unimpressive. He's a very slow puncher. He's very slow moving compared to Askren. We saw Askren's warm-up. We saw Jake Paul doing his yoga. And honestly, Askren looks so much faster than Jake Paul. All of Jake Paul's fights, he looks very, very slow for a boxer. And Askren looks like his hands move a lot faster. Also, I love Askren's gap control. Like, he is going to get right in there and close the distance right away. I see this finishing in the 4th round, and I see Jake Paul crying about the stoppage. I think Askren will just close the distance, be all over him, and this ends in either round 3 or round 4. I'm picking round 4, but I think that's the area where it ends. I just think the ref is going to stop it, and Jake Paul will complain that's an early stoppage, but I think Askren's going to land at will, and I don't think Jake Paul will be able to do anything with someone closing the distance and a hand speed that's faster than his.
We'll see about the hand speed. I'm not too sure. I've seen some stuff with Jake Paul, but again, everybody clips their best stuff, right? We'll see what happens when it's just him and Ben Askren, a guy who has fought legitimate killers before, legitimate maniacs, psychopaths, guys that want to fucking guys that are willing to kill or be killed. We'll see if Jake Paul is willing to die, because Ben Askren has been in situations where it's life or fucking death. And I don't think Jake Paul knows yet. And he's never, Deji or whoever the fuck YouTube guy, sit the fuck down. Nate Robinson, sit the fuck down. This is Ben Askren. This is a fucking Olympic athlete. This is a fighter. This is a different animal. And I think he looked a little rattled.
Well, Chris, at the end of the day,
Guy's not really a boxer or a fighter at all. He's a YouTube star.
I got to agree with Askren there.
and it's going to hold true. I think Askren closes the distance. He makes this more of a fight than a boxing match. I think Askren closes the distance quickly. I think his hand speed's too much for Jake Paul. I don't see this going the distance. I see this being a finish for Ben Askren. I see it being kind of an easy finish. I know you and Jake Shields both see Jake Paul winning the early rounds. I don't see Jake Paul winning a single round.
Well, listen, Shields even said he knows guys that have told him personally that he is a good boxer. It doesn't mean he's a level.
I've seen the tapes. He's slow as shit. He's stuck in the mud, if you want to use Conor McGregor's terminology. He's slow, stiff, and stuck in the mud. Ben Askren hammers him.
Hey, listen, I'm with you. I've got a ton of money on Ben Askren winning this fight. I think at the end of the day, a fighter always beats a guy trying to get his way in there. He hasn't even fought an amateur boxer yet, but we'll see.
I think an amateur boxer beats both of them, to be honest.
Yeah,
and I think Askren would agree with me.
Yeah. Like Askren said, if you're a good boxer, you're going to beat me. But like, he's like, I'm not very good, but I don't think you're very good either. And that's why I think I have a chance. I got Ben 7th round. You got Ben 4th round. At the end of the day, it's Ben Askren, Jake Paul, but it's been Ben Askren season. I don't think we've seen a guy with a bigger social media perception turnaround. MMA community is riding on him because everybody knows that Frank Mir is in big trouble versus Steve Cunningham. Cunningham was 29-9-1 as a boxer. 19-13 Frank Mir was in MMA. He was the former heavyweight champion of the world, but he has no shot in this. I think boxing's taking that one. So we need Ben Askren. P.S. Dylan Dennis, you fucking suck.
And remember when you told Conor that you were a better version of Khabib and had him ready for the fight? LOL. Boom, roasted.
Dylan, you didn't even place at the high school state tournament. You suck. Boom, roasted. Yo, Dylan, who do you consider more your daddy? Conor McGregor or Gary Tonin? Boom, roasted.
Yo, Dylan, teenagers in 2004 want their hair back. I mean, seriously, who bleaches their hair anymore? You suck. Boom, roasted. Dylan, you're fighting someone who's 3-2 next because Scott Coker knows you suck.